Hello, everyone. This is Spamman Steve here once again. It is Monday, June the 21st, and this is another video of my 1950s Wizard Western Auto box fan. And this is probably the fourth or the fifth video that I've made on this thing. And yes, I did make a video of it sometime last year of when I did the restoration video of it. But I just wanted to make a video of it, and just show you where it's been, what I've done to it, what it's doing now. And I have had to do some more work with it. But the fan's in really good shape now. It runs very well. Has no issues, no problems. I restored the fan last year, as you all well know, and it was originally a mint wintergreen color, and I repainted it more like a seafoam or a pistachio green color, and I think this looks closest to the original color. And I even repainted the front and the back guards there. I know that wasn't the legit design, but I thought that it would have looked pretty good. There's that Westinghouse motor back there, and you can see through in there that the windings are in perfectly good shape. There's the blade set. The fan had balancing issues, and the fan runs very smoothly now. That is not the original badge. I did. That was just something that I printed out and that I put on there to make it look like the Mayfair 20-inch box fan. And that was also the fan that I remember growing up, and that's what motivated me to get this and do the restoration on it. And there's the original badge through there. So yeah, this is basically just a piece of paper, that I printed out and I laminated it and I slapped it on there. I'm not exactly sure if you can see it, but yep. It says restored by yours truly, Stephen Ray Shedd. Okay, and here is the switch that I installed onto it. This fan has been through 3 or 4 different other switches since I've had it. Originally had a Leviton rotary switch, and I got a universal switch for it, and then I put a toggle switch on it. And those switches weren't working very well with the fan before, and I finally found the right one, with this being a 3-speed and it not being a 2-speed anymore since I did replace the motor. This came out of an old industrial shop fan that was rusted to hell and back. And so basically the only thing on it that was good was the motor and the cord and the switch. And I put it on here and it works just perfectly. There's the original switch plate. It is kind of scratched up and corroded. And this is the new piece that I installed onto it. This was an old handle that I salvaged off of an old rusted toolbox. And it's pretty sturdy. And since this did come with the original stand, it was too big for my room and it was taking up a lot of space and it was causing problems. So I just took that off and I just installed this handle on here, to turn it into a regular box fan. I kind of like it better that way. I basically just salvaged it off and I sanded it down and I repainted it a hunter green color. I think it looks pretty good. And this is the new power cord that I installed onto it. Some others would just leave the original power cord on the fan. But I thought that it was just, better since I was, restoring the thing. And truth be told, when you're restoring these Golden Ollie fans like this, some others are just going to do what they can to make the fan original as possible. But I figured, heck, man, since this is a full-time use fan and I use it most all the time, I was just going to go ahead and install a new cord on it, even though there really wasn't anything wrong with the original. And here's the back of it here. And I did repaint the back guard green just as I did the front. There's the switch protection box. There's that Westinghouse motor back there. You can see it's a little dirty in there. I haven't cleaned it in a while. Alright. Well, I guess basically the only thing left to do now is that we'll go ahead and we'll fire the fan up now, and the fan is very quiet. It doesn't have any vibration, no rattling or anything like that. You know, like what we were hearing before. The spin down time and the coast down time on the fan is spectacular now, and it's amazing the way these Westinghouse motors function. Even Jordan Yu had even mentioned it on a recent video that he had made a couple of days ago on a 1950s Lasko box fan with a motor on it very similar to mine. The way they behave or the way they function, it's like they're ball bearings, but they're more or less sleeve bearing motors. And I think I probably will lubricate it. I'll oil it maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 3 times a year. And I think the last time I oiled it was maybe like over a month ago, I guess. Well, let's go ahead and power this thing up now and let's see it run. Here we go. Here is the high speed. Not a whole lot of vibration. There is some vibration. But this being a 60-year-old fan, what more can you expect? Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll knock it down to low. Medium. I meant medium. Now we'll drop it down to low speed. Even on the low speed, it puts out a pretty good, the wind stream on it's pretty good. Something else too that's kind of odd but kind of fascinating about these fans. The blade pitch on it, the way that these blade sets were designed on a lot of these older style fan blade sets, is that it pulls the motor outward, and so it'll pull it out this way, but sometimes the wind circulation is going out towards this way. And a lot of these, I think a lot of these fans that were built for windows and stuff like that, it's very fascinating, you know, how they design these things and the way they were built. This fan is over 60 years old. It was pretty much down to its last legs when I got it, but with my unique skill, I brought it back to life, and so here we are. Okay, now we'll go ahead and we'll turn it back to high. Okay, now we'll power it off. like I said, the spin down time to these motors are they're really good. You know, even when the fan got here and with the shape that it was in, it still had a good spin down time to it. Just to show you that all that hard work that I did to it paid off. Okay, I guess we'll get a startup sound from it here. I guess get it up to the motor here. Okay. Okay, and now for medium speed. Low speed. Something else that I love about these fans with these Westinghouse motors, they have some of the best startup sounds to them. That's what they basically are. They're machines, and they sound like machines. And most of the fans that I'd ever seen with these Westinghouse motors had some of the best wind down sounds or the best startup sounds, let alone the best coast down time. And they last for years and years and years. And the fans that you see now, a lot of these modern so-called self-lubricated fans with these polarized plugs and fuses in the cord, don't even last 2 to 3 years. And it's just another wasted valuable money out of our pockets. And you can see that the fan is a little dirty, and this is my most often used vintage fan. And I don't have many vintage fans in my collection as of yet. I'm working to get more of them, but this and among a few others, this is definitely my favorite vintage fan out of the whole collection. I would like to get one of the Lasko box fan like what Jordan Hugh has, and I would like to get more of the window fans too, like the Hobart window fans. So, well, I hope that you've enjoyed the video, everybody, and this is another video of my 1950s Wizard box fan, and I hope that you've enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and comment. More videos to come, and bye-bye.